Now, before I move to day 4, I have to make sure that everyone understand doing all that isn't very hard, but there is something hard to get when you are trying to do this, is having everyone online when they are working on doing something. So if you get two survivalists, one of them can be online only after the attack, and the other one can be online only 10 hours after the attack. That will complicate things. So don't think it's hard, but also don't think it's doable if you have the weapons and boosters to do it. You have to coordinate everything with others, which means you have to be in chat, talking to others, setting plans each step after the next one. Each survivalist can move, and depending on the successful of weapon they are using, if they will break early, this means plan B must come in place. So it's very important that everyone else at least try, with what real life allows them to, be online as much as they can while others are working, which is of course ideally after attack and before attack when they are about to camp. So don't make the mistake thinking this is too complicated or this is too easy. It's just as simple as you can imagine it in your head, walking 18 steps, killing every Z you run into, but at the same time coordinate everything when things go wrong. You have to rely on others to come help, to come finish the mission, so everyone by the end of the day can camp with enough action points and without risking any dangers of getting hooked or anything bad. So hopefully this will explain at least the idea what should be done in those expeditions to be able to try at least to make a zoo. Of course, I mentioned this map is one of the easiest map I have ever seen to make a zoo in it. So it doesn't have to be a success from first try. You can try and keep trying, and you will definitely 100% learn from each map you try to build a zoo in. And it will only take maybe 2 maps, 3 tops, to actually be able to successfully build one. Of course, inside the town, while all this clearing and expedition is going, everything that the rest of the citizens inside the town must do is keep scavenging inside the diamond. Mostly by day 2, a guitar have been found, so each town have at least between 30 and 40 action points daily coming when the guitar is being played. Of course, the best time to play it is between 10:30 and 11, which is 22:30 server time, 30 minutes before the attack. That's when everyone is back inside, hopefully, and everyone is mostly active to log in and use their action points. So there are no very urgent projects that must be built in those 3 days, other than workshop for converting flatbacks and detonators, pump for getting more water to use as ammunition to kill Zeds, not because there are lack of water for drinking, and of course watchtower to keep voting it. In any town you want to rank high, it's best to vote watchtower in the first 5 days without any interruptions. If you have some lack of water, of course you can sneak one vote for pump on day 4 or 5, but it's best to build weapons, to build projects that gives you water and keep voting watchtower. Of course, I was saying everyone inside must go scavenge every day without any interruptions. Do not make the mistake everyone do and stay inside and build, regardless of your class. If you are a resident or a guardian or a tamer, it doesn't matter what is your class. You have to go scavenge outside, because everything you find outside will help the town get everything much easier for the long run, and especially for making the zoo, which has been done pretty much quickly, but in few maps it will take not day 3 to be finished or 4, but maybe day 7 or 8. So the more you scavenge in replenished zones early, the more supplies and weapons you get to be able to finish building the zoo. So I will explain it in a text while posting those videos. You cannot actually build a zoo if you have only 20 active people and the rest of other 20 are completely inactive. You have to have at least 10 from those 20 rest you have who are considered inside inactive group, who at least go outside and scavenge inside replenish zone to give you as many supplies as possible. Ideally, no one stays inside except only 2 builders, and those 2 builders are actually not for building projects in the first 4 days, but for rescue mission in case someone needs a rescue. That's all. And of course, also for metas or any random towns who are trying to do this, to play this organized play, you will have it a lot harder because you don't have full team of heroes, which mean you don't have many uppercuts, you don't have second wins. It will be harder to pull off. But at the same time, if you try to at least have a team with 20 heroes and 20 residents, from that limit, it's 100% possible to build a zoo, have an organized town, and rank it very high. If that is what you are interested in, of course. Now we go to day 4. Day 4, this may look complicated with a lot of routes and colors, but it's absolutely not that much complicated. It's if we want to call it, it's the return of the survivalist. All survivalists who have been camped in the last 2 days all must either come back home using heroic return, like this blue or green or pink or white or brown, or they will move from their campsite to another one close to the town, so they can first camp it and second save their heroic return for the end game or other days when it's needed. So as we can see, Watchtower level 3 vote have uncovered the entire 10 kilometer range, I guess, or 10, yes. And we were lucky that we didn't have any buildings in this section, which means we already have zoo in function. We only need to trim it by day 3 already. So today is just to keep trimming it here, keep it from getting outside this control zone from here, and wait for it to grow to the southeast to be able to lock them all inside one section. So all survivalists return and other survivalists camp, and while we are doing it, we send I think this red route was a supply drop. So one survivalist from those who were camped here could clear some Zeds because we wanted to limit the trimming to make it a little bit closer to be able to save some heroic return in the next 3 days. So we did it, and the last survivalist had to just do this trimming more. Of course, at this point, if you look at the map, it's day 4. The limit for triggering a global respawn, if you don't know what a global respawn is, when you kill more than a certain number of Zeds on the map in a certain day, you kill too much, you will get a global respawn where everywhere on the map randomly you will have Zeds generated right from the start, like as if it's day 1. So it was, I believe, day 4, and for day 4 the formula says it's 28 times 4, more or less. Zeds must be on the map, so we made our calculation according to the Zeds we still have here and the sense number we had, and we figure out we could kill that many. Of course, if it's your first try, hopefully you'll get such an easy map to be able to actually kill so many, but then you have to stop to be careful about triggering global respawn. But if that happens, be careful. Do not, if you have everything under control, do not kill so many to be able to not screw things up big time, because no one wants to see that on day 4. So more trimming have been done, and as you can see, it's just a small section of the map. It's day 4, so it was like playing with fire, but we did the calculation, and we were sure there are no other Zeds other than those, and they are not going to trigger a global respawn. And by this time, we have sent all survivalists back. Others have camped the few other buildings we have left, and everything is under control. Of course, this map had an explorable ruin. I didn't mention that, but it's mostly known. On day 3, when survivalist expedition do not need that many weapons and supplies because they have done the hard work already, then the town can start mapping the ruin, kill every Zeds in it, and send technician to open the unlocked doors, 10 of them, and start mapping. The sooner you can map and get all blueprints from explorable ruin, the easier you will have your entire town, length of the town, because you can open all blueprints on day 5, let's say, or 6. And if you get all water projects like Aiden projects, mechanical bomb, diving roads, and diving rockets, when you get that, of course, apple tree, veggie plot, and veggie plot is common. Apple tree and hen house, if you get all that, then you can immediately start, for all builders who will start by day 5, to stop eating food every day normally. But if you have all those projects opened, unlocked, and built by then you don't have to ask builders to ration food. They can eat every day, which means that's a huge boost, because all builders have additional 6 action points to build every day or do anything they want with. And the rest is pretty much easy. Trimming the zoo, by the next few days you will keep it under control, and everything that have been found all over the map, even in the very far away sections, do not worry about it or get worried how are we going to get it, because later on you can find a cafeteria to get coffee, to boost your runs, to get everything from outside watchtower range and heroic return range. So everything is under control, and by day 4 you start getting teleport. So all builders who decided to stay home must scrap.